Hey everyone, Mrs. Peterson here, and I'm just going to show you before you fill this that you are going to clean this up a little bit. And I will say that if you closed this right here and this turned into all one color, then what you need to make sure is that you are on path and not shape. Okay, I should have said that earlier, but make sure that you're on path. All right, what we're going to do now is notice I have a couple of things that don't look perfect here. They're kind of sticking out, or maybe the angle is there's a kind of a straight angle that looks a little off there. So I'm going to go over here, and instead of the pen tool, I'm going to do the add an anchor point tool. So anywhere around here, if I want to sort of adjust something, I can go and add an anchor point. So notice this is kind of sticking out. I'm going to add an anchor point. And then I can draw that in. Okay, just bring it in, and now it has made that curve a little bit better. I also notice that this is kind of sticking out here. I can adjust that a little bit by moving it. And if I feel like it's not curving enough, I can actually add a little curve by adjusting this right here. Oh, this is actually adjusting the one before it, so that wasn't very helpful. So I'm going to add an anchor point here and just adjust a little. There we go. I'm going to add an anchor point here, bring that up a little, and I don't like what I just did right there, so Command Z, I'm going to adjust that. This right here is an issue to me, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this button right here, and I'm going to see if I can't adjust that better. I like that a little bit better. Now, on this one, I've missed a lot of the tooth. So I'm going to go ahead and add an anchor point here, pull that out. Now I like that shape a little bit better. Okay, maybe pull down. And as you can see, I'm just using this tool to adjust. Now there's something wonky happening here, so let's see. I'm going to see if I can just move this anchor point a little bit. Oh, that's much better. And I'll see what I can do with this anchor point as well. Now, there still has to be an anchor point added. So I'm going to go ahead and add that anchor point, pull it down. And there's an issue right here because there's an S curve here, sort of like a valley and a mountain. So I am going to see what happens if I add an anchor point, if I can adjust that. I'm not liking any of it. So Command Z, I'm actually going to go out and go over here and delete an anchor point. So I'm going to go over there and click on that anchor point and delete it. Oh my goodness, that looks so much better. Okay. I might even try to delete this anchor point. Oh, 10 times better. So you're just going to go through and adjust those things. I'm going to go ahead and add this anchor point right here and adjust right here. I just don't like that. Let's see here. It appears that I did not get rid of my bar here, so I'm going to go ahead and push Option click right there. Nope. Command Z. This is the one that I'm dealing with here. Move it down. And I believe I'm going to add another anchor point here, and I can see if I can move that in. Oh, much better. Okay. So some of these, hopefully you can see on the video. If not, hopefully this will save really big and you'll be able to see that. Also, sometimes there's a, well here, I'll add another anchor point here to make that a little bit smoother. And then I'm going to adjust this anchor point just a little bit to make it more smoother. Same thing here. I just felt like there was kind of a little lip right there. I'm going to do it one more time here, so that I can adjust that. Okay, there we go. Once you're finished, I don't like this one, sorry. There we go. Once you're finished with this, now this is where you're going to go up to your upper, we're going to go and grab the original pen tool. And now that the original pen tool is up here and you're on path, you're going to grab selection. And you're going to go ahead and feather radius is 0. And now you'll see those dancing ants around there. We're going to make sure that our top layer, layer 2, is picked. We're going to choose a color. I have a pink tooth, okay, and I'm going to go to the bucket tool and fill, and I'm going to fill that tooth right there. Now you can see there's still a little issue here and a little issue here. If I wanted to, I could Command Z again, and go back adjust those. So for instance, right here, let me try that. Pen tool, add a point tool, right here, and adjust that. Command Z, sorry, add a point. And now I'm going to pull that out. There, that's better. That's better. And I'm going to pull this one in just a little. And then I'll go back to my regular pen tool right here. Selection, okay. I'm going to use the bucket tool and fill. Okay, it looks better. This part is still an issue, but again, I could go back and check that out. That's how I can adjust that tooth. So I'm going to do Command D to deselect, or some of you could go up here to deselect right here if you're not going to do the command. And then we're going to go to our layer below, and we're going to make a new background color. So whatever color is on the top is going to be your background color, and I'm going to go ahead and fill that. And I can see a lot of mistakes right here. So I would probably go back and check that out. But those are just some techniques for you. Now I'm also going to show you, some people, instead of using the pen tool, they'll use the gradient tool. So I'm going to change my second color here to be something other than the pink. So let's make it a purplish blue. And I'll take that down here maybe. Okay, so now I have two colors, a blue and a purple, and I can do my gradient. And now you can see that I made a really barely gradient. And if you remember, there's this circle gradient, so you could make a circle gradient coming out from it. That didn't show very much. We could do a gradient like this. Anyway, you can use the gradient tool, but you can't really see it so much since my colors are off. Let me go ahead and make this one a little bit lighter, and we'll see that better. Okay, here's our gradient. Ah, much better. Now you can see it, right? And this one, wow, that's just too much for me. And this one, there, that's kind of fun. And the regular gradient tool like this. So anyway, I did a little more on gradient than I expected. So you're gonna save this. So right now mine says Toothy JPEG. So I should save as, and I should have my first and last name. Allison Peterson dot Toothy. And I've got an extra T in there, so I'll take that out. And the first time it's going to save as a Photoshop. So I save it as a Photoshop. We say OK because it's going to keep those layers in there. And then I'm going to go back one more time and save a copy, or save as, and then choose something. It depends on which computer you're on. So I'm going to save a copy. If you go down here and JPEG is not something that you can choose, then right next to this there might be a little button right here that says save a copy. And that's how you would get to this. So we're going to go ahead and push JPEG and save. Mine are saving on the desktop. That's okay. I'm going to go find them later. And that way you would have those JPEGs to be able to put in your portfolio and to upload for a grade. All right? I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better. Bye now.